Hey graduates, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Big up your nice clean selves. I see you all. Big up your nice clean selves. I see you all. Make sure to like up the live. Yeah, we have things to talk about. Thank you, Dawn, as always. Welcome one, welcome all to the live. Like, share, and subscribe to show your appreciation to the channel. That's all we ask. Big up yourself, Drea. Hey, mama. One YMK. Big up yourself, bro. I see you. Steph B. Good night. Good night. Sexy B. Hello, hello. Antoinette. Wagwan. Arlene. Wagwan. Marcia Nevers. Big up yourself, Drea Prayer Warrior. Good evening. Good afternoon. What am I show myself? I'm gonna hide myself for. What am I hiding myself for? Hmm. Hi. Hi. Let me give you a little spin. Hey. Wagwan. Wagwan. Hey. It's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, people. We have only things to talk about tonight, you know. We have only things to catch up on. Good afternoon, good evening, Drea. Wagwan, Nadine, big up yourself. Hey, Carrie, what's up? Donna, what's up? I see you. Hey, Stacy. Hey, hey. Misunderstood. Good night. Good afternoon to Arlene. Yes, it's good to see my graduates. Yeah, it's good to see my graduates. Um, hmm, we have few things to talk about. Yes, live in HDK. We have a few things to talk about tonight. But um, we're gonna start with Lisa Hyper. Before we proceed to the other stuff, okay? As you also know, Chrissy has done a whole speech. We're gonna talk about that. Good afternoon. Hey, hi, Alexi. I see you. Hi, Charm. We're gonna talk about a few things. Yeah. Lisa Hyper. I don't really know what to say about this situation, right? Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Judith. Hi, Gwen. So, as you guys all know, Lisa Hyper has been arrested, and she seems to still be in custody, as far as I know. And this has not changed, right? So hold on, people. May I get some message? Because I have another case going, another blouse and skirt case going, and somebody has sent me some evidence. But let's leave that. Let's park that for now. It's so distracting when I'm live and they're doing it. But I have a look. Yes. So, afternoon, Sister Yvette. Pick up yourself. Good afternoon from Canada. What's going on? Canada in the building. So Lisa Ipa gets arrested yet again. We are seeing a breakdown of the star, and it's not surprising that this led to this. I was on live on TikTok last night, and we were talking about it. Now, if you haven't followed me on TikTok yet, make sure you follow me. It's HTK Personal. Now I'm accepting followers. I'm growing my channel over there. But over there is a completely different vibe. Okay, you're not going to get the formal HTK. I'm a lot more relaxed, and yeah, I will not hesitate to tell you about your ass if you upset me. So be careful over there. But at the end of the day, it's a lot more chilled, and we talk about other topics of relevance. But Lisa Hyper was the topic last night, and I'm telling you, one of the things that I said was that everything about Lisa Hyper is about her jealousy with regards to Vibes Cartel. And it really is all about making sure that she aligns herself in the limelight because she's got songs that she's been dropping and she's trying to get as much attention and traction as possible. So she's using the negative attention to get that traction, which is not beneficial to her mental health. And her mental health is real. It's not a pretend thing in my eyes. And her behavior clearly shows it's not a pretend thing. You understand? It's not a pretend thing. So when I saw people laughing at the situation, I had to ask myself, what the rest is wrong with Jamaican people? There's nothing to laugh about here because the woman is clearly off our mind. But you know what I'm gonna say in Lisa Hyper's defense? I do not like how the airport staff behaved. I saw the video with Lisa Hyper. In the airport, obviously she was showing out and being erratic. And the airport staff felt that it was necessary to take up a camera and start running and videoing this woman and laughing. So the clips I heard before I saw the full thing was about her cussing the airport woman and I call them monkey and all them kind of names. And I was like, that's disrespectful. Why the hell is she calling the people at the airport monkey? What kind of rankness is that? But what happened before that was quite important. You had airport officials, representatives of Norman Manley International Airport in their uniforms, thinking it was appropriate to take out cameras while on the job to videotape somebody who was clearly having a mental breakdown and use it as some kind of comedy or some kind of content. So when I saw that, I understood why Lisa kick off and start tell them something and call them some name. Because that was downright out of order, extremely unprofessional. So in that respect, Lisa, me not blame you at all for tell them about them woman, tell them about them parts, because they were wrong. While your behavior was definitely not okay, that's not the way professionals handle it. That's not the way professionals react to it. And it's just a typical example of how our people react to mental health issues. We see it as something comical, and it's worse if it's happening to somebody famous. Suddenly, their famousness, it overshadows their mental health. It overshadows what they're going through. And it's all about the spectacle and capturing things on camera, removal of empathy altogether. Just so them can have things to go send to this a blogger, that the blogger for go fling up on them TikTok or on them page. Now, while footage can be useful, especially in terms of news and verifying information and so on, it should never be okay for airport officials to do what they did. And those members of staff should be disciplined. Those members of staff should be disciplined. Now, I really like to know what Norman Manley International Airport is going to do about it. That's the first thing. Are you guys going to allow your members of staff to be videoing patrons of the airport while they are going through a mental breakdown or acting out of sorts? Think about it. These were not passengers doing this, these were your staff. Just put on yourself in that position where you yourself are in the airport and you lose it mentally. Is it going to be the case that we're okay with these members of staff running out from the woodworks with phone in hand? They say, look, pan that, look, pan her, look what she do. Is that what you would want for yourself? That's the question I'm asking. Because that instantly pissed me off. And when I saw that, I said to myself, boy, I would have told them all kind of word. Because it was not the time. It was not the time. So that's the first thing. But through all of this, there are certain things that Lisa Hyper has said that has grabbed my attention. And despite the fact that she is going through what she's going through health-wise, mental health-wise, trauma comes from something. There are people who want to dismiss it and say it's hereditary. But I'm telling you this, that a lot of the things that I have witnessed with Lisa seems to be triggered. It seems to be coming from some experience that has led to this state that she's in now. And the thing that had drawn my attention was when she said, Gazas are pedos. Listen, she said it more than once. Hmm. She threatened Gaza Nation, particularly Vibes Cartel, saying that he better be careful that she doesn't take them all down. Now, didn't I say this when I spoke about Lisa Hyper before? I said she is the Gaza kryptonite. And I said that should these same things repeat itself when she's under her medication, meaning that she's still making the same claims, Vibes Cartel, you have got issues that you will have to face. That's if she decides to take it seriously and go through the correct channels. Because at the moment, people are just seeing her as derailed. And people are saying anything she say, it could be made up. It's her delusional world. And we've seen a lot of delulu people out here on social media. And yes, they do exist, people who totally make stuff up. But I think this one is particularly different. I'm going to play what she said, and I want you to listen to it. I'm going to come off camera because I want you to focus on what she's saying. Right? Listen for yourselves.
Yes, after today, everybody will say them rate me and they love me. And so when I go through and just stand aside and I watch, we knock on my blood clot phone. That I will start do some song and this will roll on the blood clot. What you mean? What you mean? Me say me no want nobody call you. Look for when me I go through, me I go through. Tap it. Tap it, my brother rich. Do all of my brother rich. Blood clot vibes cartel have money. And him out, and I like say, I beg me, I beg. And money went up to me when supposed to blood clot give me. And a bad man, I know. Me I sing from me I 16 and me not collect no check. Me not collect no royalties. Yeah. And him a collect them. So yeah, go on like my money where you give me one day. And the $4 million where you give me one day, and my blood clot money. And my thing that idiot pussy. Hey, I don't want none of the call to no mother. And more than $4 million you're supposed to give me. You think me no know? You better lie up. You better lie up. Cause you the liar them when me and go for. Them good have you would have left from riches to rags. You would have left from blood clot riches to rags. The liar them when me and go for. Fucking wicked. Suck out to no matter the whole of you. Think me like you. Think me no know say my money what you give me $4 million. What me do? I take the whole life and invest back in my career. So yeah, that's the update.
All right. Hmm. Now listen carefully because it's not the first we have heard an artist make an accusation like that against Vibes Cartel. It's not the first we have heard it. And on a probably take it lightly and just think, said, sure, a bad mind, Lisa, bad mind, and is the man's success a driver crazy? But she's speaking specifically about royalties and the fact that she has not been being paid them. And the 4 million he has in fact given her was due to her. And the fact that she should be getting more. Now, obviously, that's not necessarily true because she don't know how the thing set. She can't just be making an assumption right there. So, and obviously, it may be enhanced by paranoia. But like I said, it's not the first time I have heard an artist come out and make such a claim against Vibes Cartel. There is another artist who them also say she not too right in her head. And she is from St. Lucia. I've posted her before. She's often come out and made quite a few pot shots at Vibes Cartel to say that Vibes Cartel has taken advantage of her, etc., etc. But she has blamed him also that he used her when she was younger. Her name is Moncherie, in case you don't know who she is. And that he's used her before so that he could basically take her songs and make money off of it and give her no credit whatsoever. And nobody don't really pay this young girl no mind. Let me show you her. Hold on. In case you've never seen her. Don't know if my phone will show her. That's her. Moncherie. She's on Instagram. And she's also made a similar claim, right?
So everybody wants to know my take on Hypocritical Street Concert. Spice, oh, Alkaline is a student for teacher. Didn't you just song with Alkaline a few years ago, knowing what a one between him and Cartel? Spice, Hypocritical Street Concert. May not trust popcorn. Hypocritical Street Concert. And the artists that are not really artists. Hypocritical Street Concerts. There you go. See, people, I don't know. People are just weird. I'm not weird. I might be a little cuckoo, but I don't think I'm weird. I'm not a hypocrite. I don't kiss ass. I like y'all. Y'all kiss ass. A lot of ass. Especially men are like so obsessed with another man. Weird. Very strange. Hypocritical Street Concert. Glad it was a success, though. Am I mad that I wasn't there? No. You see me? I'm in my house. You see me? I have a visa. I have an American passport. Sorry. Not sorry.
So just by listening to that, you're going to think she's cuckoo. There's something wrong with this girl. She's just jealous. She bad mind. She just look for a reason for tear down Vibes Cartel. She's also been saying exactly the same thing. That Vibes Cartel took her lyrics, turned them into songs, made money off of it, gave her nothing in return. But because she's a small fry in comparison, and she's not very well known, it has not been addressed, and she has been left out of pocket. Here we have Lisa Hyper also saying that royalties are being collected on songs that she has sung with him or without him, and she's not getting paid, and that the 4 million was in fact due, if not overdue, to her because he's been collecting all the royalties. She also made claims that they are men who target minors. I do not take that accusation lightly. What does Lisa Hyper mean when she says that Gazas are men who target minors? Lisa Hyper was involved with them from she was 16. What happened in the Gaza camp to Lisa and other females that she's keeping secret? Only nothing for a minute say it is possible that these are the things that have triggered her. She has spoken also about being physically assaulted by members of the Gaza crew. She has not been specific to say who. And at one point, she did remove Vibes Cartel from out of the picture completely and said that he don't put him hand on anybody. But I do remember that Cartel did box popcorn. So that's not quite true. It seems to me that pressure bust pipe. And at some point, Lisa may reveal things that can be detrimental to Vibes Cartel. At this rate, they will actively work to make her silent. Now, while it is important that she receives her medication and does so consistently, if you are not consistent with the medication for bipolar disorder and even schizophrenia, if those are her two diagnoses, when she has a relapse, it's 10 times worse. So my thing is this. What is the real reason why it is that she's acting out? Okay, people are going to say, listen, she's witnessed Vibes Cartel abroad with the people, them, with Spice by him side and other artists that she don't rate. And she wanted to be the one, the special one that was selected. And because she hasn't gotten that limelight, she's acting out. Perhaps. She does feel that she was cast aside. She said it on her live. She said, they used me and dashed me aside. So yes, that is probably a part of it. But I do believe that Lisa Hyper has some secrets. The question is, I wonder if she have any secrets about Lizard. I wonder if she have any secret about Lizard. Because, that's a one secret that if she reveal, me no know if she are going to make it out of that one. But as I said, Cartel has just been keeping his eye on the prize and focused elsewhere. And you know that eyes are also on Cartel. So if he go get himself entangled with Lisa right now and things get volatile, that can have a knock-on effect on his trajectory where he's trying to aim with his career. But I genuinely believe that she does have the ability to have an impact on Cartel, on his image, in terms of the new path that he's trying to trod. Because he might try to leave badness behind, But let me tell you, you see, if you have skeletons in your closet and they've been unattended to, they will come back and they will haunt you. The very first person to put their hands on Lisa when she was too young to understand it, who was it? At one point when she have a mental break, she say, them beat her. She not call specific names. Who ordered those beatings? We know says one Gaza boss. And we know said no Gaza nation member can do anything without the Gaza boss actually authorizing it. Street justice and code. So if anything did happen to Lisa, it was authorized. Permission was given. You see where I'm going with this? So it's only a matter of time before she starts to spill the beans if she does not get what she desires. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that she has Vibes Cartel by the balls. Doesn't necessarily mean that. Because remember, once again, because of her mental health, she can be easily dismissed as deranged. We're not gonna dispute that. But there is always going to be something in the back of our heads wondering, what if? Let me check my closet. Check a closet, boss. Lisa has bipolar disorder with chemical imbalance, and she's a rapid cycling bipolar between depression and mania. Correct? Yes. Yes. I see that in her. Lisa only heading towards the grave with, hey, we see that too. We see that too. With all these allegations, I'm very concerned about her safety. This is my biggest worry. This one right here. Now, the last video that I saw was her being in the station, and the officers were there basically trying to take her away from her mobile phone, or take the mobile phone away from her. There was a bit of grappling, and it was clear that she was pulled away, and the phone was left on a bench or on a chair while she was being dragged away. And that's the last I have seen or heard of her. And that video, I believe, is on Pinkwall. But I think I downloaded it. Hang on a minute. I think I downloaded it. Yes, I did. I definitely did. See if I can play it and pull it up. Hold on. So the officer pulls her away, and then the phone is just left. The phone is just left there after the officer pulls her away. And it's been left there for the rest. The rest of this video is just the phone as still up in the ceiling. You understand? And they are insisting on her being detained. Now, what I didn't witness there is whether or not the police are in the process of trying to get her assistance, whether or not it's a matter of they're going to call the relevant health authorities, Bellevue, whatever, to try to get her some help. I don't know, and I really and truly hope that the Jamaica Constabulary Force does the right thing and makes the right referral. But what was interesting was that she was talking about going back to America, but yet she was at the airport with no flights, no tickets. So she didn't have a ticket. I don't know if she intended to just buy a ticket at the desk. Because some people do that. They literally turn up at the airline desk and they buy a ticket to get on a flight. People have been known to do that, and possibly that was what her intention was. But so Survivor's Hand says, this woman is speaking truth because it is etched in her memory. Exactly. It doesn't seem to be going away. It's more than one time she has referred to it, and she's referred to it, in different circumstances, but literally in her state of mania. She has said it, right? And she has got to be careful. As much as she is at that high right now, where she feels she's untouchable, that's Jamaica. You understand? That's Jamaica. And any number can play. Jada says she might have cause Cartel turn one burner with his sit by his side. We would like to hope that this is the case. Lisa Hyper did come out and say that she had intimate relations with Vybz Cartel more than once upon his release. I don't know how true that is. There is a post on her page that in 2020 she was clearly in Dexter Daps' company, and you can tell that they were sat side by side, but Dexter Daps was DJing and whatever. Don't know if whatever it is that is stuck in her mind took place back then and she can't let it go. But it's very much there that this is what she did. Let me see if I can find it for you. Because hold on. I've still got my questions about whether or not this relationship actually took place. Hold on. Right, so it's on her Facebook page. It's a reel. And you can see, her and Dexter Daps. Her and Dexter Daps together. There's no sound on the reel. She said they smoke her cigarettes. Yeah, and that's on her official Lisa Hyper page. But it's clear that this is old. I mean, this is from 2020. Is this an obsession that we're dealing with? Is it a case that Lisa literally cannot get over this man? Because I believe him touch her. I genuinely believe that he has touched her. That it got away there. She kissed Dexter in that video. She's definitely sick. If she was thinking for herself, she wouldn't be giving her life away. She's exactly. This is what I'm saying. So when people say that Lisa Hyper is not mentally ill, I beg to disagree. I was listening to King Mix Up, and he does not believe that she is mentally ill at all. He believes that this is all about traction. This is all about the hype for her music and her career and wanting to compete with what Vibes Cartel has got going on. You know, he was like, you remember when Lisa Hyper came out on Instagram completely without clothes, and she was doing the most because Vibes Cartel was off at the Grammys, so that was her way of shifting the limelight. And again, now that there's the Mobile Awards, now we have this situation going on. I am not convinced that that equals she is not mentally unstable. Her calculated behavior is also a part of her mental instability, because that need for attention and the need to do anything, as in drop all boundaries in order to gain that attention, is not normal. The fact that she's not able to distinguish between rational behavior and irrational behavior is not normal. So she definitely is sick. Doesn't mean that the other things aren't also true. Doesn't mean that the other things aren't also true, that she also jealous and she also wants the limelight and she wants the attention. She is speaking it as though she believes it is due to her because she had not been receiving her royalties, right? Now, there might be some truth in that, and I'm only saying that because I'm now hearing this a second time by two people who are completely unrelated in a completely different country and probably have never conversed. Moncherie and now this lady. And I pay attention to small voices. I don't know about you, but I do. I pay attention to small voices because sometimes small voices that I never heard are usually the ones that are piping up with the truth. And because they're small voices, nobody takes them seriously, or it doesn't get anywhere. Becomes like a needle in a haystack. That girl has been sick for years. Yeah. Remember there was a Spicy Top where she admitted to having a pseudo pregnancy. Yeah, I know about all of her claims. I was even looking at her belly in that. I put it on my Facebook. I was looking on that belly in that arrest video. And I was like, that belly, it looked kind of pregnantish, but I wanted other people's opinions because I'm like, that belly looked like it have something in it. But, you know, as somebody rightfully said, it could easily have been the case of it's just, you know, women's bodies, because our bodies do this. 1 minute we belly flat, next minute it puff up and all kind of things. You understand? Hormones and everything else, right? But when I looked at this, let me see if I can put it to the camera. Yeah, I can see the shape of it. It looked like, you know the shape of an early pregnancy belly. It's that sloping shape. Yeah, with the baby there, it looked like a pregnant belly. And I was saying to myself, I wonder if to hell Lisa really is pregnant. I don't know. Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's just somebody else was saying that when she's on her when she's going through her manic phase, she puts on certain amount of weight and that's how she look. I don't know. I don't really watch her that much. And that is that. So RVVVV, welcome to my live. I don't think I've ever seen your name before. You said here that Cartel cut her off and unfollowed her on social media. He was never a friend because a friend doesn't turn their back when someone is unwell. You know, I love that statement because that was defensive at first in the RVVVV because anytime I see new faces, I'm like, where you come with? But me like where you come with. Yeah, me like that. Yes, he unfollowed her, and I don't know if he's blocked her, right? So Marge says, what royalties would Cartel owe these people? What are you guys talking about? Cartel, who is a prolific songwriter with over 1,000 hit songs, is just ridiculous. I don't think it is. Samaj, we've heard top artists and Cartel have problems with royalties and payments. This is not a benign argument. What do you mean? It isn't. So you think that because Cartel is who he is, and he's incapable of holding back on royalties of artists under his jurisdiction? You serious? You can't serious with that comment there. You cannot be serious. Is it the first you have heard things like this? Even the flipping Marleys have arguments about royalties. You don't know that? You need to go do some research. You need to go do some research, brother. You understand? Because remember, when you have got artists that are singing on your label, they are supposed to get a cut, right? And a cut of the royalties. So you don't know what contractual arrangements are being made behind closed doors in terms of percentages, etc. That will make sure that these artists are also paid. So no, I do not accept that just because it's Cartel with thousands of songs, there's no issue with royalties. These things are business and it can happen. But yeah, let's read this comment. Cartel cut her off and unfollowed her on social media. He was never a friend because a friend doesn't turn their back when someone is unwell. I said it before and I'm going to say it again. When Cartel gave her that money and gave her that vehicle, that was a payoff to shut her up. And he thought it would have ended with that she would have then been satisfied. But what he did not predict was that she wanted to essentially become Gaza Queen. And that she would have gone to this extreme, especially during her time of a breakdown, to make that explicitly clear. Nicolette says artists have been robbed for years in the industry. Exactly. Come on, man. Vibes already got warning to avoid Lisa because she caused more harm than good. Yes, and she's going to continue to do so. It was hush money. Of course, it was hush money. Come on, it was hush money. Anybody who really understand code knows that that's go on. And when she started making claims that they had, the sexual relations and stuff like that, that's when Carter decides to listen to my chop her off and him no want a problem with them. Them no want a problem with her. So the best thing to do is to maintain that distance. Worse when she start dip up underneath Shawty and go on with herself, right? Because let me tell you something. This is one thing that when I heard Mix Up Boss talk about it, Mix Up Boss, I always call the wrong name, King Mix Up. Anytime when I heard him say this, I was like, yeah, man, that is it. That man will never disrespect Shorty, who is the mother of his kids. He loves that woman, even if it's from a distance. Them are come from nothing to something. You understand? And I have never heard Cartel go on any platform to do any interview where he disrespects that woman as the mother of his kids. He's keeping his distance from Lisa during her derailment because that relationship has expired. She does not fit with the new look of the Gaza empire. She doesn't fit. Notice she said that the one person that can come out and keep and settle her down and calm her down is Popcorn. Popcorn has not to date stepped forward. That tells you a lot. That tells you a lot. Because if you're thinking, okay, well, they're like a happy family, but one family member is acting up, and we got a family member here who can calm that family member down, go send that person to go calm her down because we all care about each other and it's one big kumbaya, and he still doesn't go forward. Why do you think he doesn't go forward? Because God tell him to ease himself, not get involved. Because Lisa is now a liability. She's a liability, not an asset. But of course, that goes without saying. That goes without saying. Her very King mix up. I always get it mixed up and call him the wrong thing. Let me see some of this. So okay, let's talk about Risa. What was the split on the song Cartel Day with Mon Cherie? What's the split sheet? What's the agreement? Do you know? How are you carrying on the narrative when you don't know? I don't know. I didn't make it very clear that I'm unaware of what the contractual arrangements are, but I do not believe it is far-fetched. I never said that Mon Cherie was on any contract. She said she wrote a song and was promised a deal and it never landed. That's a bit different. That's a bit different from somebody singing with somebody and then expecting an obvious royalty check. That's somebody who has not even gotten to the stage of going into the studio. Do you understand? Her story is very different. So, Samaj, you need to do the research. Go and listen to Mon Cherie's videos, and she will break it down even more. It never got to that point. You understand? And exploitation happens in the music industry very much like that all the time. And I'm saying it's not a far-fetched argument. I am not saying it's factual. So please don't confuse my speech. You understand? Right. So let me see this now. Cartel distancing himself from Lisa because he's trying to capitalize. Let's see this. Let me pull this up on my screen. Cartel distancing himself from Lisa because he is trying to capitalize on the high he's on now. So even if he cares for Lisa, he has to do it from a distance. She has blamed Vybz Kartel and his team for what has taken place with her at the airport and the arrest and everything. She blames them. She says it's them that sent people to do this to her. But as I said, that could just be a part of her paranoia. It could just have been because of her behavior. The end, right? And this is not to say that Vybz Kartel himself will be the one to bail her out. Who knows? But all I'm saying is that it is wise that he stays away, but it shows that there is really no true kinship between himself and Lisa. Because if Lisa is crying out to say that Popcorn is the one that can calm her down, and not even Popcorn has come forward, it means it hasn't been agreed. Tell me if you think that doesn't make sense. Remember when the Diddy accusations came out, we didn't believe, but look where we are at now. Thank you, Nicolette. Right? Cartel did not buy Lisa a car. Please do fact checks. Don't see yesterday Lisa said on her live that Cartel needs to buy her a car. There's nothing Cartel can do to satisfy people. He did buy her a car. He bought her a car. She has a car of her own and he bought her a car. That was done. A lot of female mad Vybz Kartel changes always and settle with them. That's true. He's never disrespected his shorty. I did not like the behavior of the staff either. No, they were out of order. If Carter distanced himself, they said he doesn't care. If he said something, people would still find an excuse. Well, either way, he's not going to win. But it's not about people at this stage. I'm sorry, I'm not going to buy that. It's not about people at this stage. It's not about what people think at this stage. If you care about somebody, care about somebody. And if you're going to do something, you're going to do something and screw people and to hell what people have to say. It's got nothing to do with people. You understand? People are going to talk and they're going to form their opinions. You can't stop bloggers from running them out because of that we do. So at the end of the day, you have to just focus on the person. If the person is valuable enough to you, you would make sure something is done. Right? Settle with them, that's a joke. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Me not even know my love, but I wouldn't imagine that it could be easy being Sidem. Sidem has got to watch these fans pour all kinds of love and affection all over her man, and she has to be okay with it. She has to be a woman of high self-esteem, a high sense of self, knowing that he is hers and she is his, and that's it. Because you can't really stop that in the industry that he's in, so I don't know. Some people are very open-minded when it comes to, extramarital affairs. Popcorn has to protect his brand, and his brand is huge in foreign country. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Lisa is now a liability. Lisa is now a liability, and it's just not going to benefit either Popcorn or Vibes Cartel to come out there if their priority is just about their progress, their future, their wealth, and getting the most out of it. Remember, Vibes Cartel, he doesn't have. I'm looking at him in terms of his future path in dancehall. There's only that much that Cartel will be able to do for that little length of time. He's getting much older. And I'm not saying that he doesn't have a lot still to give to the music industry, but there are so many young upcoming artists that are becoming more and more recognized on the platform of dancehall that perhaps Carter may want to invest his time in producing them, because age, his illness, his commitment to family, all of that may become too much when it comes to running with a full-fledged dancehall career at this stage. But he really and truly has got to squeeze. You understand? He has to squeeze the juice from the orange. He has to get as much out of it as he possibly can, however long the time lasts. So you cannot blame the man for literally touring, doing this, doing that, and that's it. I'm not suggesting that Moncherie owed money. I am giving her arguments a listening ear. She said it, right? And yes, I am giving anybody with an argument some listening ear. I don't know if it's true, but it could be, because now I'm hearing it twice. So you're going to have to go defend Cartel over Cartel side. I'm sorry. Me not really, I go buy anything else, right? I spoke about that, Samaj. You were just not on the live. Hey, Mama Black, Can you get on my nerves now? You deliberately decided to believe any and everything negative said about Cartel by Lisa. Samaj, you know who you talk to? You need to ease yourself in the classroom. I spoke about the great allegations. So you were absent from class. And you feel say you must come here and tell me what to talk about? I think at this point, you need to relax yourself. You understand? Because I already addressed it. And I have been addressing the grape allegations with Beanie Man, because listen, it's not the first time Beanie Man gets accused of grape. I spoke about it not once, but twice. So don't go there. Don't go there. Anyway, so K2 Money says, good day, respectfully, what would you love to see Cartel do for Lisa? I'll tell you what I'd love to see Cartel do for Lisa. I would like to see Cartel send medical professionals to the aid of Lisa, along with security, because a physical restraint might be necessary. You understand? Now, I'm going to give you a case of what would happen here in a big fire. And I'm not saying Jamaica is going to be disorganized. But there are times when you have to institutionalize somebody who is mentally imbalanced. And when that happens, you know how they have this stereotypic men in white turning up with the what they call it? What they call it? This is what they wrap around you to hold your arms so that you don't attack. That's a real thing. And they literally turn up, and they turn up with an ambulance, and they turn up with the police. And that's about restraining you. You understand? But they take you away so that you can get the treatment and the medical help. It's not the crazy thing that we imagine from days of old, where they're, putting electric shocks on your brain and stuff like that. It's not like that anymore. But it is necessary sometimes when you have somebody that's volatile When you have somebody that could harm others, straight jacket, thank you, harm others and harm themselves. And that's all I would like to see Cartel do if he is interested in saving her. Now, listen, even if he sends them, she can fight off and absolutely refuse, but let the world not say that Cartel didn't try. How hard is it? How hard is it? You understand? Didn't she speak about Andrew and big him up? Why don't you reach out to him to help her? Shauna Porter, have you ever tried reaching out to Andrew Holness? I tag that man on my page all the time. All right? You think that man's gonna look? Eh? Um, um, One Love, you never know, say, your mother and your father chat pure fuckery before you come over here, so. You never know, say, what's fuckery that make you bring into this earth in the first place. Don't come over here with your rudeness. You hear what I say to you? Do not come out of here with your rudeness. You're out. If you are not going to argue intelligently, don't argue at all, because I don't deal with dunce. Remember me tell you that. It was fuckery that made you drop from between your mother's thighs. Think about that. Right. As a police officer in Jamaica, our society doesn't take mental health issues seriously. Okay, let me show this. As a police officer in Jamaica, our society doesn't take mental health issues seriously. I really hope she gets help and treatment. Absolutely. Absolutely. I really and truly hope she gets it. And this is why I'm hoping that the police are not just manhandling her, but they are actually looking into making the necessary referral. Lisa needs to be the one to help her medically, not Cartel. Perhaps. But I was asked the question what I would like to see. Blessing says, based on her behavior, I think all airlines need to stop her from boarding a flight unless she is medically cleared. Now that makes sense. That makes sense. This idea here from Blessing makes a lot of sense. If she gets the medical clearance, then she should be safe to travel. She has to be assessed to be traveling. Just imagine if this scenario of her kicking off took place up in the sky. There's not much else that can be done other than an emergency landing to get her arrested. You understand? She needs to be calm and fit for flying. I agree. No, Samaj, I don't want to silence you because of that. I want to silence you because you are making it seem as though I am evasive of discussing other artists that are connected with Lisa's story that has been brought to the attention of the public, and I have not done so. I spoke out against the grape allegations, but I am not going to sit here and defend Vibes Cartel as though he is my bosom buddy or my person that I know that sleep with me in a bed at night time. I don't know him. I am looking at things as objectively as possible. And I am not deliberately choosing to listen to Moncherie, but I am not also ignoring her for the purpose of bigging up a man that I don't put on any pedestal because he's just a man. You understand? And to block you, I said mine. Chill out. I never said mega block him. I said mine, my block you. Lisa doesn't need Cartel. She needs treatment and heal because the recent songs she put out are really good. Yeah. She just needs a good manager or producer because she's talented. Yes, I agree. Andrew only come out and address things that might potentially damage his image. That is true. That is true too. But anyway, let us end with this discussion. Lisa is going to get the help that she needs. Fingers crossed. That's what we pray for. It does not deny the fact that there might be things that are triggering her breakdown, triggering her mental health to go awry because of some truth. And I think that the hardest position to be in is to be mentally imbalanced and be truly affected by serious issues that will not be listened to because you're mentally imbalanced. I think that at some point, hopefully, the truth will reveal itself in calmer circumstances when she is under treatment. And if it does, hopefully then the world will react differently to how they're reacting to her now. And on that point, I am going to change topics, and we're now going to go into Chrissy's speech. Chrissy's speech. Invest says, to be frank, the police officer can't force a person to seek medical attention unless there's a risk of self or risk to public safety. There was a risk to public safety. The amount of times I heard her threaten to do things physically to both the officers and the people. You understand? This is what I would say. Hold on. Who's going in the comments? Oh, no, don't fight in the comments, please, and thanks. Mighty God. Thank you, Stacy. Please explain to him. Hishi, can I ask you this? Why, when this man was in prison for 13 years, all these people were not going ahead and living their lives, and what have they done for themselves? Elita, you are right there, because I saw Lisa come out like about twice with a song or so, and even it was said on an interview, like during his incarceration, we hardly saw you or hardly heard much from you, and she only came out like twice with a song, and it never really went anywhere. You see, this whole gang culture, and it breeds dependency. You see, when you have like a Godfather set up with mafia, it's like nothing goes ahead when the head isn't there. And that's a shame, really, because you really ought to be developing your artist to eventually become independent. Popcorn did that by force, because when he faced the disrespect that he faced, he stepped. You understand? And you have to have that metal and that strength. But as we can clearly see, Lisa Hyper is not mentally very strong, even though she is an artistic character and she's got skills that could take her far in the music industry. Her attitude, the way she behaves, all of that, which is tied into her mental health, will hold her back. She needs to clear her dirty mind. When she went off some years ago, no one remembered to bash Vybz Kartel because he was where the enemies wanted him to be. That's true, Shauna. That is very true. Me don't like the type of man that Chris is. All right, thank you for reminding me about the change of topic. So we are going to. Okay. So Chrissy did a whole speech, Chrissy Carter. And when Chrissy did the speech, I listened to it. You know how it's interesting how whenever she does these kind of speeches, she comes out glammed up to the nines, as in makeup perfect, hair perfect. When she's about to break down, and then these nails are clicking. I can't stand that. But she comes out and she's like immaculately done up so that she can express herself. And the crying and stuff, I am not gonna lie, I'm sorry guys, the message was great and everything, but it looked like theatrics to me. One of those told me, disagree with me if you don't want. It looked like theatrics. I'm sorry, it looked like theatrics. It looked like theatrics. And touching the, I'm sorry, I feel away. I feel away. I feel away. You understand? I feel away. I feel that way. Maybe that's just me, but it didn't look genuine at all. All right, forget the performance, because hey, it's about a vlog, and things on the vlog can be about acting and theatrics. But let's focus on the message itself. She claims that she has always been a woman that's about her kids. And everything that she's done has always been, her children has been her first priority in everything. And that she had made a promise that she would never come out and answer anybody back on social media, excepting if they came for her kids. Yeah, she says she's a woman of integrity and morals, right? Chrissy was coached by no, I gotta put this up. Hold up. Backside. Chrissy was coached by Olivia Pope Murati. She got a handler. Oh my god. That speech was so confusing, eh? It had me thinking who bright are who don't. Chrissy feel like Chrissy can't keep her speech. No, sir. But it's a big production. No, my love, not easy at all. Honestly. Oh, okay. Dr. NR says, I have a question. A couple of weeks ago, you said you were in contact with the Apopka police and would be presenting information regarding the case with Uncle Larry. Was that ever done? Just asking. Let me tell you something. I've chased, but they haven't answered. What has happened since is that Uncle Larry has reached out to Apopka police and he has basically asked them not to share anything because they're harassing me. So them no want to talk. Them no want to talk. But listen, I've done my job and I've proven my point. I don't need any further updates. I see what I see and I've heard what I heard and I still have my recording, right? So that's enough for me. But yeah, he's already gone and stopped, thrown the spanner into the works. Okay. So that's where it will land. Okay. I doubt very much they're gonna come back to me, but let's see. Moral and integrity to allow random people on the internet to accuse your daughter of lying. Okay, so she did actually specify. She said in this case, she said, let me go back to where I was before. She said that she had made a vow that she would not come out and answer back to anybody, excepting if they came for her kids. So, we can then all imagine how much of a bind she was in emotionally, spiritually, when even on this occasion, she could not come out. That she was advised by her PR, and I don't know who else, not to say a word. And that she then went on a fasting for 40 days and 40 nights, blah, 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 so that she could get the strength to push through and not speak on certain things. Which PR? Which public relations somebody that tell me not to stop the internet from call my picnic a liar? And them something when me hear them something it's like, which summer, which holiday? Which summer, which holiday can any PR person tell me not to defend my child? Remember, you know, my PR person is hired by me, and I would have to say to my PR person, go and create me a pathway, a route way forward where I can defend my child and not injure my image. They would have to put them brain to work. Because how you could have tell me as a mother to sit down there and allow the internet to drag my child based on what Larry go open his big mouth and say? That would never work. It would never work. Better you say that you want to protect Larry. Better you say you don't want the world to continue to destroy Larry any further. So you do your best to protect Larry. So Larry come out for Valentine's. And when Larry come out for Valentine's, no Valentine's, no sign of Valentine's, just even him brother. And buy planting and etc. The same planting we use and make your planting porridge. And you couldn't even call him name if you say, oh, he bought me the planting. No, somebody bought me planting. I say, you're there. The man I just put up one vlog with him and buy green planting. Somebody bought me planting. Green planting. No, we bought you green planting. So when y'all are acting as though you're not communicating and it's still going behind closed doors and there's still blatant clues that is happening, it's just ridiculous. You come up on Valentine's Day, and because you don't want anyone to think that the flowers that you received were from your husband, you came out and then you started talking about, oh, so this are the flowers, the hand wash, yeah. Vase, this vase from the dollar store. I don't know where she said she get it. Oh, these roses, I made them from last year. Somebody asked me. Nobody not ask you nothing. Nobody not ask you nothing. You just don't want the world to think that you ever spent Valentine's with nobody. Remember, Chrissy, you're not friendly, You try to tell me, say you will answer these DMs and somebody ask you. You not answer nobody. You're a woman who keep yourself to yourself because man has already trained you to be isolated. That's why you got nobody around you. Probably one or two, they get a friend. You understand? I can't understand that, and I'm alone at all. I do have friends. I'm not gonna lie. I do have friends. But most of the times I like my own company. And I don't bring my friends into my social media space. No, that's separate and apart. They're aware. And many of them are on my Facebook. But they don't comment because they know everything over there is public. But I'm just saying, you have to always be taking several steps back to cover your tracks because you don't want to give an impression as though you and Larry is in a relationship. Despite what has happened, I didn't buy the tears. And I didn't buy the argument either because it didn't make any sense. The speech, okay, up to the point where you were talking about fasting in order to get strength, okay, that part made sense. That's fine. But when you started talking about, oh, for those of you who don't like me, Chrissy, nobody dislikes you, And if somebody does, then they may have their reasons. But generally, you're the one that is liked out of the two of you. It's him we don't like based on what has taken place. Don't judge me based on my past. What? What the hell is there to judge you about? What is she talking about, people? Graduates, am I the only one that's flipping lost? Because I don't know what she's going on about. What are you going on about? Judge you on what bloody past? Did you give your husband bone and cheese? Did you do that? Did you have multiple men on the go? Because I don't. I'm lost, mate. I'm totally lost. What did she say? She said, sorry for. Okay, so she got to the apology, right? And she said, if you don't like me, I apologize. What? Do you like me? I apologize. What you want about? What? Why are you apologizing for if people don't like you? So that if people don't like you, to hell with people. You're not there for people. You understand? Yeah, I know, right? Let me scroll up because I don't want to miss any comments. Let me scroll. I'm going to scroll up and read some comments here. So look how Chris is skinny. What fasting she doing? Oh, apparently it was a spiritual fasting, guys. It was a spiritual fasting. Yeah. So it wasn't a fasting for the purpose of losing weight, she's claiming. But we all know it's because she wants to look like a teenager. So let's stop. That's another fake thing. Because how many times have we heard her talking about unbigging back, getting snatched, going back down to so and so weight and going, oh my God. And then all of a sudden is a fasting that is a spiritual fasting for strength. You see, when these kind of hypocritical things are so apparent to those of us who are watching with a keen eye, it's like, what is this? That's why I think it's theatrics. You understand? Because first you were definitely saying that you were fasting because you want to shrink. And every time you're losing weight, you're like, oh my God, I'm losing weight, I'm losing, and you're disappearing before the camera's eyes. You're literally disappearing. There, you already have a flat bum, and you are literally getting to the point where you have got just a spine. I don't know why you want to do that to yourself, but you're insisting. Okay, fine. That's how you prefer your body. Go for it. But then for you to then turn around and say this fasting thing is about spiritual whatever. I don't know who you're full, my love. Ha! Lala! Lala said it. Hold on, let me put this on the screen. This is crazy. Hold on. Dum dum today. What Chris said, mother? Me ask, I don't know. Because it was multiple tires, wasn't it? It was multiple tires. So I don't know what's happened. I don't know who did that. Somebody ain't happy. Or somebody may know that he's a CDD. So they decided that they're gonna go for him. The Makosa. Chrissy feels so embarrassed because she knows the husband worthless. Yes, and I can understand that as well. But I don't like the fake things. It's beautiful that she's doing the Bible reading with her kids. That is beautiful. I love to see Jay in that environment, that calm, peaceful environment where she's getting to express herself, show her leadership qualities. Getting into discussions about God, and that discussion was something else when she talked about there was anger in that house. You know, and I'm like, I wonder what she means by there was anger in that house. Are we just talking about telling off and just, shouting from sibling to sibling, or are we talking about domestic anger? You understand? Because she has witnessed that. Um, so that's something there. The voices in our head are the PR. Oh my God. She was on a diet. Yeah. 40 days would result in skin and bone. Yeah. But I think it's that, the intermittent fast. So maybe not. So it's true what he did then because he ran to cover up. Well, surely. They just want to start back up the family channel. That's all. Maybe, Chrissy, we can't help you. CPS have something for you. Man, man, both your protect Larry. Larry the lizard. Lord Jesus. I want to miss. I don't want to give this old girl no views, but I might just watch a little. There's a little bit. So you gotta go, and you have to go kind of like halfway through the last vlog where she sat in a corner, perfectly done up, saying that she's gonna talk to you guys and she's gonna just express herself. Like it's fake, okay? It's fake. It's fake. I'm sorry, but it's not good enough. Don't do that. She needs to assign that PR to Larry. Yeah, he's the one who definitely needs it. She was advertising her. Oh, I'm not going to say that one. Ooh, I'm not going to read that comment. And then I get me in trouble. I said every vlog, CMR do, Crissy repeat whatever he say. Yeah, they both agree to it. Absolutely. And the only person who's comfortable enough to actually call her name is actually CMR. She does not refer to him now. She doesn't refer to him. Even when she's talking about the kids going to their medical appointments to get their shots and their checkup or whatever, she said she won't be taking them. That won't be her job. She has not said, oh, their dad is going to. No reference at all. So don't know what that means. You understand? Don't know what that means at all. She did pre-Valentine with him. I wouldn't be surprised. Chrissy said a whole lot of nothing. She let people spill untruths. Exactly, this part. So she's basically saying that her PR told her not to come out and defend Jay, not to come out and say anything, but to keep absolutely silent. And that, that's not normally her, and that she hears the things that people are saying on social media. But, she's just asking not to be judged. We are not judging you other than for your silence. The only judgment you are facing is for your silence. Not for your ability to mother those girls. Yes. Not for you as how as a housewife that literally has no life but hosts. Not for that. It's for your silence. So the very thing that you are using is the very thing that you are being judged for. That is it, Chrissy. That is it. You are the one that we want to see with those girls. You are the one that we want to see do right by them. You are the one whose voice we wanted to hear talk on the matter, not his. Not his. Because we're not going to make it comfortable for female here. Chrissy needs to educate herself and get intelligent. She really sounded foolish. And this is another thing as well. Women, do not ever put yourself in a position where the only person who is elevating their skill sets and their intellect is your partner. You have got to be equally yoked to a point. Obviously, there's going to be some things that your partner is better at than you are. But encourage your partner to go to school if they didn't manage to get to school, to go to uni if they didn't manage to get to uni, and you see they have the potential. Likewise, do the same if you never managed to do it, either because you got pregnant too early or whatever. You see, when you're in a big foreign, there is too many opportunities for you to sit on your ass in the house, cleaning day in, day out, and not go out there and get yourself a proper qualification. It's good to have skills, yeah, but develop your academic self as well. Develop your academic self as well. And when I look at Chrissy, I see that she's incomplete in that way. And that's why that guy is gonna forever dance circles around her in certain arenas. You understand? And she's gonna be kept reliant. And you heard his whole diatribe about what male-female relationship should look like. Woman at home while he's out earning. Woman at home making the house a home while he's out earning. You love to switch to London English. You understand? Um, After Chrissy and the public, she only apologized to get more views and make money. Let me tell you something. She didn't need to. I don't know what the hell that was, but she really and truly did not need to do that. She never needed to do that. She could have just do her blog, do her Valentine's pretty, and stop with the monologues. We don't want to hear them, Chrissy. We don't want to hear them. It's not necessary for you to give them. You don't need to do that. You don't need to explain anything to us. You've already told us that you're not going to talk about Jay. Anything else we're not business with. You can keep your emotional turmoil all of that to yourself. Nobody know why you're doing something there, brother. Hmm? You don't need to, because who are you apologizing to? You're not apologizing to your actual subscribers and followers because they haven't gone anywhere. You're apologizing to the ones who've left. They're gone. That's the nature of social media. So go. When I come on here, sometimes I deliberately do things and purge my channel and get rid of people I don't want to see again. But because I got other things going on, I also know how to turn it off and get them back or get new ones. So just think, did you need to do that speech? Did you need to do that apology? Who was it benefiting? It wasn't benefiting a soul. It didn't benefit anyone. Maybe it made your spirit feel at ease that you were doing something. But it just, if anything, it confused the issue even more. You understand? It confused the issue even more. Sizzling Hot says, let's show the comment. Chrissy spoke a bunch of nothing. She was just rambling on. After almost 4 months, she comes with Oh my God. Really? VV says Seymour wants police protection after threatening to pie people with his pie. Rochelle says, I actually thought it would have been another clickbait, Goody want to talk up the things, but she's afraid of the boss. I didn't say it. Rochelle said it. It could be true. It could be true. Professor Gorgeous Lady says, hey, Shiki, have you realized now that they both live separately? Yeah, but I did say it to you, didn't I? I told you. It's not going to happen, at least not for a long time until the child becomes an adult that can choose, or, it's going to take ages. You guys are going to sit there, you're going to wait for that, and it's going to take, it's going to take ages for that to happen. You understand? She's going to get anorexia. I don't know what she's trying to do with herself. You're not going to become a teenager again. You're not going to get that pre-baby body back. Embrace your curves, as a big woman, and love yourself because you are beautiful as you are. You don't need to lose any more weight. You are literally disappearing. You understand? Literally disappearing. Sizzling at a beater now. No, sir. They're a tag team. Yes, they are a tag team. Her silence may be because he might have threatened her. Yep, it could be. But it also could be because CPS said shut your mouth. And even that in itself would have been a more tangible, a more concrete rationale to actually say that the process that our daughter's in, that involves, healing her but she can't even say all of that because all of that is an admission of guilt. She can't say it. She literally cannot say it. You understand? Exactly. This right here. Celebrate yourself with Sue St. Joy. This right here. Right here. He is in school for his master's degree and she don't even have an associate's degree. Both my husband and I are in doctoral programs expecting to graduate together. Yeah. Even my husband has his associate's degree because he wasn't into school either. But I encouraged him until he found his niche and found something that he wanted to do. And now he's got his skills for employment. So at the end of the day, you encourage your partner. I'm not saying that your partner necessarily has to, if you're a doctor, then they have to be a doctor. If you're a lawyer, they have to be a lawyer. No. But there has to be development of an academic nature that will give you the papers necessary to arm you for, other alternatives. So, you allowing this man, he's up there getting his honor roll and his whatever, and you're just there in the house. I don't see Chrissy even going out now that she's not with this man. Do you not notice that? If it's not her and her kids, there's no Chrissy going for girls' night. Chrissy, do you do girls' night? I can understand when you and your partner, your partner is your best friend. But do you do girls' night? Do you go out with your girls? Do you take yourself out? Because you don't have to go out with people. Do you take yourself out? Go do things with yourself that doesn't involve shopping for things to put in the house, shopping for food to put in the house, and shopping for makeup for your blogs. Do you do something for yourself? Okay, you go get your nails done. But do you take yourself out for a coffee? Do you I don't know, go on a drive and see some scenery? Because I do that sometimes. Sometimes I just drive. Just drive. Go to the countryside. You understand? Sit on the bonnet of my car. I have my guilty pleasure. I sit there and I do my guilty pleasure. But now that's what my guilty pleasure is. But I take in nature. Nobody around me. Do you do those things? Just wanting to know what you do for your own self-love. That doesn't involve something that's going towards the blog or for the house. That would make you a more complete woman. See, when you love your own company, It is a powerful thing because no man can squeeze your head a certain way. Because I'm going to look on you and I say, blouse and skirt, if I push that one in, she gone, she can do it by herself. Be careful. They value you more. I'm just saying. You understand? No disrespect, but HDK is correct on the issue of some tubers elevating their intellect. Even with YouTube, you have to offer the followers variety. It's the truth. There are times when I literally just speak about things that I know that are to edify a specific part of my audience. It's not all the time I do these kind of topics. Sometimes, as you can see, a topic like this is going to grab a whole heap of people because they want to hear. But when it comes to, it doesn't mean I don't come off track and start talking about stuff that's hit the news, something of significance that I need particular people to hear. And many times bloggers are afraid to step outside of their niche because they are not willing to do the research or to read up about it and to learn about it. But I have always had that fluidity, and there are a few bloggers who I rate that do that as well. You understand? And in a way, they inspire me to realize that I don't have to just talk about one topic. And it don't matter if today I have 100 and tomorrow I have 5, 6, 1K. It doesn't. As long as the message is getting through to the people that I want it to get through to. You understand? Right? She needs to tweak. Jesus, wouldn't go so far. Then, since you spoke your truth, we have never seen him around the child, and he's not in the house. Their fans are such sheep. Bon me for them. Yeah. Hooked on phonics. Bloody hell. You not, man. You guys are bad, The things you guys are saying. Oh my God. And the things that me ashing about, ash. See, I'm driving her head that nobody else wants her with 4 kids. And that is a lie. Look at this. That's a lie. But I still wouldn't encourage her bringing any other man around her babies, around her kids. Not at all. Not at all. I wouldn't encourage that. I personally, especially if I have girls, and if me and my husband, God forbid, should ever go our separate ways, I would never bring any man around my girls. Any man me meet out a road. You understand? Out a road. And I don't, if they have a relationship with their dad, I don't want them having a relationship with this man neither. That's just the principle that I operate on. And the same would apply for my boys. No, because their dad and them are so. Plus everything them see them would have got tell. You understand? So yeah. HK, you need to watch TVJ News last night. What one pande? What I miss? She needs to make friends and don't allow her. Yes, this. Walk her on TV. This right here. This. This is so important. It is so important for you to connect with other people. And it doesn't have to be deep friends that you want to bring to your house. Join a book club. You're starting to read. Join a book club at your local library. Go and socialize with people of like interest. Yeah. Join a painting club. Do something that is just for Chrissy. That doesn't involve kids. That doesn't involve house. Develop your mind. It's weird because it's like literally everything they do is so quintessentially black. And when I say that, I don't mean that as an insult. I mean that it's like they don't expand their horizons beyond to other cultures. That's what I'm saying. Me in a big foreign, I never stay just within my diaspora. When I'm mixing, when I'm going out, I explore different types of restaurants. It don't have to be fried chicken all the damn time, and watermelons. I mean, come on, how stereotypic. Like don't you go and see what new things are going on in different places? Do those kind of things. You understand? Why it's strange. It's strange. It's just literally your whole life is in those walls. Yeah, learn a new language. That's something that she can do. Learn a new language. It's sad to see mom and daughter messing with the same man. Shit is so sick. What about Jada? What that? What do that? Chrissy says all she does is cook, clean, shop. Yes, yes. That's literally it. Tell her these things. Maybe she don't know. I am telling her, Sonia, and I am not being nasty about it. America's a big place. There's so much stuff that you can do. Just like England. I mean, go to the art gallery. Go and look at some art. Learn about things from the Renaissance period. Learn about, Enlightenment, the period of Enlightenment. Go and learn about history. Go and absorb something else that's not diaspora. Widen your general knowledge. If you're not an academic, at least do that. At least do that. You are literally penny sectioned. And a man that has a woman like that can contain, control, and manipulate her and keep her submissive. Because he's going to make you feel as though you can't go and do these things unless he's by your side to drive you there and take you there. Are there no trains in Florida? Like, how hard is it to get from one part of Florida to the next? When I went to Miami, I went to Tampa, West Palm Beach. I went to Tampa, and I was in a car the whole time. So I was just wondering, he should not be taking the girls to the doctor physical, doctor's exam. Me love, me don't know about that. I'm not gonna comment on that because legally he has the right to do it, right? Widen your knowledge on the law. How much time you can get? Wait, stop that. Wait. Come on, go too fast. Oh, damn, where is it? Where is that blasted comment? Widen your sit here. Drop this. Widen your knowledge on law. I don't know how much time you can get as a. I never afraid no my graduates them not them are bad people, so my graduates them are bad people, them are bad people. Yeah, no matter how much time I tell them to be, but you see, because we're in a sheep over here, we can't stop them from being themselves. Yes, people they have to be themselves, them have to express themselves, you understand? So, I know me say it. I she say it. I know me say it. Right? V, you're not going to put me to hell with you. So let me see this. What did she mess up? What was this? She even messed up Jay's birthday cake like Jay was a nobody. Is it? Oh dear. She listens to me. Does she? I would hope so. She listens to all of us out here that deal with the topic. Listen, I like Crissy. I do like her. But I don't like when she comes with. I like it when she's doing the real stuff, right? Now, what she's doing with her cutting up her fruit and all of that, that's nice. It's nice. It's a part of her routine, and she's showing people, how she's keeping her household balance and everything. But I'd like to know that there's something more to you, Crissy, than a housekeeper. I'd like to think there's something more to you than a glorified housekeeper and a keep pretty Miss Housewife. I'd like to see you more dynamic than that. You talk about the fact that you've got these deals and you've got this stuff going on. If at some point you can show us a blog of you literally stepping into a boardroom to command your contracts, that would be more than impressive. But I get the feeling that Seymour is your mouthpiece, that he's the one who negotiates stuff on your behalf. And you just nod or shake your head. You understand? Be very careful not to be pigeonholed because your partner has run several paces ahead of you and kept you in a narrow way. Okay? Exactly. Be a bit more of a go-getter. Definitely. Take advantage of being in a big firm and make people think that being in a big firm is all about going to Caribbean shop and buying plantain and buying green banana and like cooking every day rice and peas and fry. It's like y'all don't not even to go. I mean, y'all don't go to an Italian restaurant sometimes. Is the Olive Garden still there in America? Because I remember going to the Olive Garden. That was really nice. I mean, like, y'all don't do anything else. I'm just asking. Anywho, have y'all ever watched the Stafford Wives movie? I've never watched it. Hey, Chrissy beat the face to come pour out a bunch of nothing. No, put up. No, you see, I know me, I Rochelle. I Rochelle do it. I know me at all. So I don't want a soul tell me say it's me. You understand? Right? So I don't want a soul. Okay. We're gonna do enough for you. Right? We're good enough for you, Chrissy. Chrissy, and yes, we get it that you make very nice porridge. Big up yourself and your nice clean plantain porridge. And so let's try some new skills, my lovely. Yeah. I'd like to see you probably learning something new, like how to bake a cake. You're gonna bake a cake for the first time and ice it for the girls and stuff. I'm giving you ideas here. I am giving you ideas because if I see another watermelon cut again, I'm gonna scream. I literally jump your vlogs now. I don't just watch it out, and I used to, and I have not been watching as closely and for as long as everybody else. And already for me as a fairly new watcher, I am bored. I'm just saying. All right. We're gonna jump on to the next topic, the final topic for the night, which is also really important. And I don't know if you've heard about this, that US immigrants are being detained and mandatory check-ins and court hearings. Now, this is really important for those of you who are going through the process of achieving your permanent residency in the country. People attending recent mandatory immigration check-ins or court appearances have been escorted in federal custody after the Trump administration allegedly tricked, lied to, or otherwise deceived them as part of its mass deportation campaign. Now, listen to that, Amid a blitz of immigration related policy, Donald Trump and his subordinates have greenlit the ability of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, to conduct potential civil enforcement operations at courthouses, including in immigration courts. A serious something this. They have also reportedly set daily arrest quotas between at least 1,200 and 1,500 and have gotten angry when agents have not consistently met those targets. Pressure from the top that is probably incentivizing officers on the ground to go after the lowest hanging fruit instead of people with serious criminal records. And you hear what I say? So remember, in that first, when we discussed this Trump thing and the mass deportation, we realized that it was meant to be a tiered approach, that they were going to that they were going to target the criminals, the people who have got criminal records or probation, all of them kind of things, and then move their way down. Now, because there is a quota of arrests that have been set between 1,200 and 1,500 must be arrested every day, and they don't want to get told off. They are now going after people who have not got criminal records or very, very minor criminal records. You understand? So there's no lower hanging fruit than immigrants following the rules, who reliably show up when they are called in for immigration check-ins or court dates. So you are doing the right thing. You understand? You have got to do your immigration check-in. You have got a court date in your process. And during that time, them a hold on you and throw you out of the country. Anecdotes are coming from around the country demonstrating how ICE is setting traps for people to walk into as their family members look on helpless. Attorneys in New York say dozens of their clients have been detained and deported after reporting for seemingly routine check-ins related to their immigration cases since Trump's electoral victory in November. Two of them, a mother and her young daughter, didn't even know they had lost their appeal to stay in the US when they arrived for their appointments. They were deported the next day. For others in New York State, ICE check-ins now means confiscated passports, ankle monitor requirements, and fingerprinting for kids. Jesus. In neighboring New Jersey, non-citizens are being arrested at their appointments as well. And in Florida, family members and advocates have accused immigration enforcement officials of luring community members into a government contractor's office, supposedly to fix an issue with their monitoring device or to sign a paper only to have them taken into custody. One of the people affected by these tactics was a Miami-Dade County middle school science teacher who had lived in the US since he was 13 years old and reportedly had Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, DACA, legal protections, which meant he should have been deprioritized for deportation. Despite that, he was arrested at his regular immigration appointment just before Trump was inaugurated, and has since been returned to Honduras. Elsewhere, a father of four who had lived in the US for 2 decades and whose only infraction was a traffic stop was told at his 22nd of January check-in outside Cleveland, Ohio, that he had 2 weeks to buy a flight to return to Guatemala in February, or else ICE would track him down. A week later in Utah, court for a relatively minor offense, ICE was waiting for a man who pleaded guilty to the misdemeanor of impaired driving. The man's wife and daughter had to stand by while they learned immigration agents would whisk their loved one away, and even the judge was regretful, saying he didn't know ICE would be there. You need to be careful. You hear what I'm saying to you? Be very, very careful. It just takes a simple check-in, you going in to go and do your legal processes. And because these people have to meet their quotas, them hang on by you and deport you. There's a flurry of reports coming in. They are catching any migrants at this point, many of whom have negligible or no criminal histories. Some people are being refused their appeal, and the refusal of their appeal has deliberately not been sent out. So you turn up doing your check-in during your appeal process, and it's at that point that they arrest you, detain you rather, for deportation. The risk of apprehension at ICE check-ins does exist. It is a counterintuitive approach to improving immigration. And at the end of the day, it is harming those who are not supposed to be the targets. All I know is that there are a lot of Jamaicans who are going to get caught in this thing. You need to be aware of the fact that this can happen because they are deliberately not letting you know that your appeal has failed so that you turn up there and then they grab you and deport you. So they're making you illegal so that they have justified cause to get you out of the country. You just don't know it. Listen, all I can say is that always have an immigration lawyer contact on you. Somebody who, should anything take place, you can call because you're always going to be entitled to a phone call, even in the expedited process. But at the end of the day, if you just drop your guard and think that you're doing the right thing, you're going in because you're doing the right and the lawful thing and you've got no criminal record, so you're safe. You should now know that because of these quotas of arrest, you're not safe at all. And on that, let me go through some of the comments. Don't forget that if you are new to my channel, that you hit that subscribe button, double check that bell so that you get notified anytime I go live. Okay. And let me see what some people are saying. Truly, how they are handling the immigration matter is dread, cunning, and dread. That science teacher deporting is unfair and traumatizing. Absolutely. Where talk about King and Shay? King and Shay get deep? Them did that ask for $500 for lawyer fee. I don't hear no update. Lawyer fee now? Go ask CMR and Crissy. Now them uno did that defend King and Shay. Twiddly dee and twiddly dumb. Why you don't go and ask the people them who you come out and beat in the chest for? Them have it, you know, remember say, you know. Them have it like that. Yes? And I'm pretty certain that them don't need no damn liar. Them just a scam. Because of that them good for. You understand? Take money from the people them and know that they need it for at all. I would never invest a dime over there after their last shenanigans with that house. Right? Never, never, never. Kim can go strip clubs. You begs because you sent $20 towards the car? Oh my God, Empress. No, those people are choppers, mates. You don't send anything over there. You understand? No, no, no. That's not wise at all. Yeah, remember the UK and the US are family. Yes, listen, Lala, I posted something on my community page because I wanted to prove a point. And I said, I told you guys that every time the United States gets away with something in this whole anti-migrant journey, the UK mimics it. And this whole thing about removing ethnicity and diversity and equality from the agenda has started to happen because the job description thing that I put up was for a civil servant post. And it's already saying that there must be no reference to your racial identity, your gender, no name included in your admissions statement, all of that. So they're following him. They're mimicking him. They just want to see if it works. And if it works, it's a go over here. They don't have it. He's on a payment plan that would take him 6 years to pay off his parking ticket. And know, my love, they need the money now more than ever because at this rate, he might be next on the Trump deportation train. Yes, with all them traffic infractions. I'm sure the last time I checked, they were all still there. You understand me? Anyway, guys, I have chatted with you for so long, and I'm gonna go now. Please to like up the live as you exit the class. Light up the chat with a purple heart. So we say justice for Jane and it now stop. You understand? Big up on the nice clean self. And thank you so much for attending A Touch of Class with HTK. And yeah, it's been a good one. This is your girl, Head Teacher K, and I'm out. Bye bye.